Parth, I want to talk to you a little bit about today what you're seeing out there in the field with some of your customers. I just kind of want to talk about some issues that maybe some shops have had, and you all have been able to kind of come in and help them with that as a prime supplier for them. So let's talk about that. Give me an example of something that you're seeing out there where you able to. Kroma Coatings were able to kind of come in and help them get everything straightened out.
Yeah, we've ran into a few issues that customers have brought us, and that we were able to find solutions for them in different ways, in unique ways. One was definitely with lead times. Whenever there are rush projects, or sometimes, customers get a order of shipment of parts in that they weren't expecting, or something like that, and they need powder,
Right.
soon rather than later, in order to turn the job around. And while the general market has been kind of increasing the lead times just because of supply chain issues and whatnot, we, on the other hand, have been able to keep lead times short. Usually within 10 to 12 business days at the very latest, we were able to turn around any size order of product, and that's been very helpful for customers, mainly when either on small projects or big projects. Kind of all they really want is to have powder in the doors, and have good quality powders in the doors.
Right.
The issues that we have on our side, where we're getting raw materials or anything like that, that's not too much of a concern for them. They just want to have the powder, and that's where the problems that we deal with. We take care of those problems for the customer, and make sure that they have powder, whether we make it ahead of time and keep it in stock, or able to go ahead and just produce the powder for them. Another issue that we've
Well, I was going to ask you. Let me ask you real quick about that, because yeah. I mean, some of these shops, they're limited on what they can actually carry in stock on their right.
yeah
Powder does have a shelf life, and so yeah, a lot of them need to have a partner that can kind of respond quickly to them.
yeah
Or at least give them an idea of when it's going to arrive,
yeah
because they want to communicate with the
definitely
customer, even if it's not a rush job. But yeah, a rush job, hopefully it's a color they have in stock. But
yeah
if it's not a rush
and a lot
job,
of times.
but of making,
Yeah, no, I
yeah,
was going to say, a lot
go
of
ahead.
times, inventory space is also a big issue for customers. Whether they sometimes, they just might not have the space to store a lot of powders, and then that's where we can come in as well, and
Right.
stock powders for them on our site, or at our warehouse, so that way, whenever they do need something, if it's a regular mover or whatnot, we always make sure that we have some supply for them. So, we're always a call away, and we can always
Right.
get it out to them.
Great. Right. Yeah. Tell us about something else that you're seeing out there that kind of has been sort of an issue that you guys are able to kind of step in and really help them.
Yeah, another part is kind of just colors in general, and different finish.
Mhm.
Because what I've seen, at least on the lower end, is a lot of customers want to see different finishes of RALs and regular standard colors as well, whether that be in, like, a flat finish, a river textured finish, or like a sand text type of finish. And that's been something that we've been able to offer to customers at a very affordable rate as well. We're able to formulate we were able to formulate all of our colors, really, that we offer in different types of finishes pretty readily. And we have experience in doing it, so it's not a huge time commitment or resource commitment to kind of get the texture that the customer wants. And that's been really been really working well with customers, because
Mhm.
a lot of their customers have been asking for, I want blue flat, or red matte finish, or something, that has like a pebbly finish, or something like that. And we're able to
Right.
almost custom make these textures for them, in a sense where the
Right.
customer is getting everything that they want, the powder coater is getting everything they want, and everybody's leaving, extremely happy.
Right. Yeah. Because you, like I said, in Columbus, Ohio, you all have your formulation, your plant right there. I mean, it's probably steps out the door from where you're standing right now,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you don't have to call, a big factory in Texas and get it done. I mean, it's right there. Working with Mahira, who I guess runs that operation for you all,
Yes.
of making sure that, and I guess that the turnaround time of getting a response back is pretty quick. I'm assuming
Yeah.
on that
Yeah, we have
to
the
be able to do that.
benefit. We have the benefit of having an in-house lab, as well, so we're able to do preliminary testings, and able to do color matches and R&D, for technical coatings as well, and so that way, whatever the question that the customer might have, is it, certain amount of impact resistance? Will it hold up to this? Will it hold up to that? Can we make the texture specific, behave a specific type of way? We're able to do that. If there is, any type of R&D that we need to do, we're able to do that kind of testing in-house, so we don't have to, ship it out to someone else or ask someone else to do it and wait for them to get back to us. We're able to, do it in-house and basically get answers to the customer right away.
Right. Yeah. And like I said, yeah, anything else, like I said, you're seeing out there, any kind of unique issues that somebody presented to you, and you guys were able to really kind of hit it out of the ballpark for them? Because, again, that's what they want. They're getting in parts and they want to get them coated and shipped out as quickly as possible, but they also want to meet the spec, right? They want to meet whatever people are telling them. So, like I said, great to have a partner like that that can kind of work with that. But anything else, like I said, that you've seen out there? I'm curious.
Oh yeah, like another thing that we've been able to work closely with a lot of coders is and meeting certain specs for them is making. Sometimes we've had to make custom formulation for certain applications that the customer might need, and that's something that we offer, and we work with our customers to make sure that they're getting the right powder for the right application for the right job. So that's something that I ask anytime that I'm talking to any kind of coder, or we're talking about a project, is what's the end use for this project? What environment is the part going to be living in? Because that dictates oftentimes what type of coating that we can put on it. And we've had some instances where we've had to, basically make a custom formulation for the customer to make sure that we're meeting all the right specs for them, as well as the color holding up or the texture holding up as well. And those jobs are always fun to have. They're always, nerve wracking as well, but they're always really, really fun to have as well, because we're doing something new. We're diving into sometimes a new form of powder coating chemistries as well to test and see if, we were able to make something live in a application where it's never been used before. And we had a few instances where we had to do that for some customers, and it's always been a treat for us, and that's something that we always market and always tell all of our customers as well, that if they were ever run into any issue where or a customer is asking about something that an application or an environment that they've never had to deal with or never had any experience working with, they can always come to us and ask us any question that pertaining to powder coating or anything like that, because that's something that we also do as well. Other than standard coatings, is we also make custom formulation powders for them as well.
Yeah, it's got to be that if you all were growing your customer base and talking to more finishers and solving some of these problems that certainly when you get asked by a different shop, you can recall, like you said, what you did to solve an issue for a shop, maybe a month ago, and it really kind of speeds up the solution process, I'm assuming, to get them to, they may, whatever question they may have about that, like I said, whether it's an indoor or outdoor, or however it's going to be. But like I said, as you guys get more customers and you're talking to more finishers,
Yeah,
it's certainly, I'm thinking, giving you guys more of an arsenal to help solve these
definitely.
problems that they're having.
Yeah, definitely. It just,
Yeah.
as we grow as well, our knowledge bank and our experience grows as well. And we have had issues where, when we were able to find solutions for one customer, and then, later down the line, maybe a month or so or something like that, another customer has a very similar issue, as well. And we've been able to use that, experience and knowledge that we gained from helping the first customer to help the second customer, and, every other customer that we encounter if they ever have a similar issue like that as well. And it's really been a treat, help working with those guys as well on fixing any kind of issues,
Right.
because I kind of like doing the problem solving kind of things as well. So any time a problem arises, on one hand it is pretty stressful, but on the other hand, it's also exciting that we're able to work with them to kind of solve this puzzle and kind of get everything working back to how it was, or even better than what it was.
Right. Yeah. I was going to say is that, and I'm sure when you get a call from a customer, whether it was a new customer or something, and they're asking just quickly for like I said, you've got to kind of take a step back and ask those questions. What do you need? It?
Definitely.
What's the surface going to be? How it's going to be used? Like you said, all these things to really, not just give them a product, but give them a product that's going to work.
Yeah,
I mean, that's got to be the key to everything, because you don't want to give something that, if in the back of your mind you think, yeah, this may not work correctly. I really need to dig deeper and find out what it is, how this needs to be used. And that, I think sometimes finishers sometimes miss that point, right? They want to, but it's great that you guys got that expertise, and actually, like I said, with your lab can help them with that.
yeah,
So
definitely. That's something that I always strive for as well. I always want to ask those questions because I never want to get a call, or we never want to get a call, later on, a couple weeks or a couple months saying that, hey, the coding has failed, something has gone drastically wrong. Because
right,
sometimes these projects could get, really, really big, and a lot of time and a lot of money has been thrown after them. And, we want to make sure that we're hitting all the bases so that way, that our, coding and everything, that all the steps are being followed, and that way it doesn't fail outside of the time that it's given. So, we're always trying to stay on our toes, and always making sure that whatever coding that we sell for every application is for the right purpose.